So we are into the draft. KC have banned out Vi and Yone to kick us off, and Besser and Azir will be banned out as well. So KC with their final ban. We haven't yet see the Varus ban. Usually that does come out of red side. Jhin taken away by KC.
That might force the Varus ban, this one.
Do you think Varus is strong enough just to have to ban every game? Because he, even though he got nerfed slightly, he still seems like a power pick.
I think it's still an OP pick for sure. Most people are picking Jhin into it, so it makes sense if they really want to force the Varus ban here.
If you do ban the Varus though, which they don't actually, so going to give the Varus across, or do you have the higher priority on the Rumble? The only thing for KC is when they've taken the Varus, they love to get their hands on things like the Jace as well and run that kind of poke style composition, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that again here from KC.
So right now, after the Varus first pick, they will probably, try to all in the champ. Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Jarvan, Orianna.
I mean, Jarvan, Orianna very good at making the mobile carries miserable. So, and then again, if you do want to end up going for the Jace as well here, I think then you've got good tools to at least give you multiple different targets that you can go for with this Jarvan, Orianna. And I'm curious then what you want to try and respond to. It's not actually going to be the Jace, it's going to be the Xin Zhao instead. And there's that Galio.
Yeah, they're probably scared of going Jace into a Jarvan and a potential Bard on free. So for sure, the Xin is more safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Galio to add a little bit of protection onto the Varus if he does get dived on. Makes a lot of sense. GIANTX looking towards their AD carry. Noah very comfortable on the Ezreal, and we'll lock that in. Gives himself a little bit of range to try and match Varus's range, but perhaps not quite as much damage as the Varus.
Yeah, not many people are actually going Ezreal into Varus. It's like known to be a Varus favorite, but maybe they have a plan to mega pressure the Varus in any phase.
I mean,
if it's just 1v1,
hope they have a plan.
I just hope, because if it's 1v1, 2v2, I expect Varus to just win it, like slowly.
What is it about the Varus into Ezreal matchup that is Varus favored in your eyes?
So when you get tier, or like even before, it's like very easy to poke an Ezreal. Ezreal just has to play for all-in. That's the only way when he gets level, like level 4, level 5. The only upside for Ezreal is to play on the first 3 waves because you should get power. So you should probably play for bot crab or stuff like that. But after that, it gets harder and harder, and mid wave as well.
Is there something you'd pick as a support as GIANTX here to try and guarantee some of that early pressure?
Support. No, I think you don't have to like play a support champ that is really good level 1. I think you just have to play a support champ that just access the Varus, like a Bard. I don't know if they ban it or something like that.
Yeah, Bard's still up for now. Karma and Nautilus taken away by GIANTX. Cassante removed by KC. Trying to get rid of some of the safety of Lot in the top lane, who I think it has been a point of weakness for GIANTX, and with Canna on the other side of the rift, it's always a little concerning for GIANTX when you're matching up into that.
And it's something that KC have done extensively throughout the split, is securing strong pushing bot lanes and then getting that counter pick for Canna in a position where he's just able to isolate the lane. They put a ton of tools then into trying to get this bot lane to a position where it's comfortable. But we can see for GIANTX on the opposite, there's that Bard that you were talking about, Hans.
Yeah, the Bard were expected. I would expect them to ban it. I think maybe they have to play something. I mean, they have to play some sort of peel, but they can also go for the Nautilus, because
has been banned out by GIANTX.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
We do that all the time.
Okay, so it's like even better bad game. But maybe they go Alistar.
Yeah,
they've been playing it like 4 times so far.
Yeah, would make sense. Busio has had some really good Alistair performances. If you're looking for peel, you can also go to things like, I mean, the Braum does give you a little bit of peel, but it doesn't really have a good time into the Bard at all. Rumble picked for Canna in the top lane, so he's looking for something that can be lane dominant. When you have a Xin Zhao and a Galio with the ability to back you up, it can be really tricky for the enemy top laner to survive through that barrage. Rakan,
okay.
It's an interesting pick. Can sometimes struggle into Bard because he has a little bit more range than you. And if you Cosmic Binding where the Rakan is jumping then you get that double stun. So there is the Ornn lock-in for GIANTX to round out the comp.
But that Ornn pick is quite good, I would say.
Yeah.
That extra engage in order to like reach the Varus, because you don't want the champion to just poke you all the time in the setups of Dragon objectives.
Yeah.
I was talking with Odo about Ornn yesterday in the top side though, and he was saying that he doesn't always feel like he's in the best position just at the moment when it comes to the tanks. Obviously, GIANTX Line are now gone, but because you have to use so much of your mana to combo the wave down, that you end up in this position where oftentimes these mana-less champions like Renekton and Rumble can continuously push the wave and put you in really awkward positions where you don't have the mana you need to try and combat that push. So oftentimes you just attack the mana pool of the Ornn and end up winning out the lane like that. So obviously it's great for the team composition, but I think Lot will struggle here against Canna in this matchup, just trying to protect himself.
Hans, if you're in this game and you're looking at it, you're like, let's say you're playing the GIANTX side as the bot lane. Yeah. Are you calling for a lot of jungle pressure? You're like, hey, we need you down here early. We want to put this Varus behind as much as possible. Or are you kind of like, if you need to go top, if you need to go mid, that's okay?
I think the first 3 level, nothing really is happening that much. Ezreal should be on the winning side from GX side. In the lane, they should just get pushed, right? I think the most important is just going to be how the situation on mid is. Because definitely Galio has a chance to make some plays on the Orianna. Orianna just wants to play the lane slowly, like keep poking and stuff. So I think I would expect more action around mid than bot lane.
See if Jun and Busio agree and head down towards that middle lane. It's a cleanse on Noah here on the Ezreal, trying to keep himself a little bit more safe as Yahoo and Yike poke their heads in, looking for that razor beak ward if they can get it. They are going to get forced out by Lot, Isma and Jackies.
Yeah, still trying to see what they can achieve, but not going to be too much. Everyone's just going to back away instead, so looks like it'll be all even Steven. Again, though, this is kind of what Vedius was talking about the last game. Like, you so regularly see these junglers pathing from top down towards the bottom side. It's kind of already getting some nice poke there.
Looks like both the bot laners placed their ward in that middle bush. You see this really often, especially in double range support matchups. The ability to control that bush does give you a lot of pressure. You're stroking your chin there, Hans. You're allowed to. It's fine. I'm just wondering what you're thinking about.
No, just I was trying to think what was the map state. It's a bit hard to see. But yeah, KC was trying to contest the first wave, but as expected, Ezreal wins the push. So I would expect Jarvan to just play for bot prop soon.
Mm-hmm. He's gone for that press the
maybe
attack.
One of them, if they play 2 aggro mid, maybe one of them can look for cheesy level 3 gank mid because there's also no wards.
So if you're Caliste and Busio in this sort of situation, what are those like windows of or timings that you're looking for where you can try and punish Noah and Joe?
So you just have to play sustain and poke like the whole time, and dodging Ezreal Q. Like Rakan has a lot of sustain, so it's a lot of back and forth, and just playing off of that. And when they get level 4, they could potentially go for an all-in because they have more damage. But so far, level 1 and 2, they don't have that much damage. They just like look for short trade, a lot of short trade.
Yeah. Using the Rakan Q just to top yourself back up, and then the battle dance for the shield. They are going to get pushed in a little bit for the start.
And assuming that's why you opt in towards the Arcane Commerce rather than the Hail of Blades, right? Because it is just about this continuous poke.
Yeah, exactly. I think Comet is much better there. You don't really look for the all-in. Maybe if you have a Braum and you want to play, it makes more sense to play Hail of Blades, so you can actually like maybe look to one-tap someone at level 3. But here makes more sense to go Comet.
Canna sneaking behind the wave here. Lot's going to have to try and dash out. Flashes out as well. Canna tanks the tower, but still gets the kill. And forces Lot away. A solo kill for Canna, running this Ignite on the Rumble.
Huge pickup for Canna, and this is what we're saying. It's not the best of times for the Ornn into the matchup, and Canna punishing well with the Ignite. Even the first strike as well. He's going to get so much gold in this matchup.
Yeah, it's not a feels-good moment for GIANTX when your top laner dies in the 1v1. Lot 1 and 13 on Ornn in his career, has won 1 game in the LEC, and then lost 13 in tiers 2 and 3 of EMEA. And Canna, I mean, you can see why so many people rate him as one of the best top laners, if not the best top laner, as Jun's caught out after flash for the Magical Journey. Talks about that all-in threat. If Jun's caught like that, you can put a lot of damage down as Caliste and Busio.
Yeah, with level, it becomes very hard usually for the lane to be good, like from Ezreal's side. So they want to play fast, for sure. Also, they are I think KC bot lane is playing this matchup very good, because I think GX should be, I would expect them to push the first 3-4 waves and then basing first, getting tempo in the map, maybe impacting mid a bit more, but that didn't really happen.
Would you ever run teleport on Caliste here? Say you were struggling in the lane, you were getting pushed in. Would you ever run teleport on the Varus just to be able to get back to the wave a little bit quicker, get yourself the resets? Or do you think Ghost is mandatory?
I think teleport makes sense, but from like Caliste is playing against Jarvan Bard, so I would say that he prioritized the Ghost more for late game, mid game, late game survivability.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I guess it scales more. TP is a bit better for lane, but I guess they don't need it this time.
Having a really good laning phase so far, relatively even with Noah and Jun. Both the bot laners will go back and get themselves longswords and tears. The only difference, a refillable potion for Caliste and a health potion for Noah. It's the early game going very much in KC's favor, mostly because Canna was able to get that solo kill in the top lane. Saw them placing some deep vision up towards the top side. Isma is down here. He's going for his Gromp before getting that extra treat, I believe. So won't hit that extra smite. Yike looking towards this bottom side, knowing that Jun doesn't have his flash.
He should be able to get in position here. Jun doesn't really have a way to get away. There's the Ghost for Caliste.
Yeah, Jun's going to try and use the heal for movement speed, but when comes lightning and Yike's diving onto Jun, gets the knock up, and Caliste secures the kill. Well played by Casey.
Yeah, the Cosmic Binding used just before that, so there was no way to try and get away from Yike. A nice pickup then on the bottom side. Caliste and Busio off to a good start.
It's kind of the ideal start, really, for the KC bot lane, isn't it, Hans?
Yeah, I think it's really game winning. These things that happen in the early game, now they just have to focus on Dragon with a stronger bot lane, having mid stable. Looks like Galio is like just doing fine on mid, so it's great.
But I think this is something that KC have just been exceptional at is, hey, we get these pushing bot lanes. Let's put pressure on with Yike and even with creative pathing there from Yike to try and focus on that bottom side. But then isolating Canna into a really strong matchup with the way the draft has gone as well. Like, they banned away a lot of those tanks, guaranteeing that Canna would either have a good matchup on the Rumble or end up in some sort of carry matchup he'd be able to perform on. So I think for KC, this is something we've seen from the time again. And I think it's going to have to be on teams to find ways to exploit it or stop KC from achieving this.
Yeah, how do you fight back if you're GIANTX? Your top lane is losing, your jungler is on top side of the map, enemy jungler is getting Drake, and you have push in bot. Like, if you were on the GIANTX side of this, Hans, what would you be saying to your team? Like, what would your win conditions be?
I think you're gonna have to fight back the vision, because if you end up giving every vision for KC side, it's just gonna be hard to play the game slowly, because they're just gonna poke you out, move in between lanes, and you just have to contest the vision. Probably like for 3-3 mid, or maybe some sort of lane gank towards the Varus, because you're playing Jarvan Bard, right? Like you can also force his flash.
You can see Casey with a slew of wards through that river. One just cleared out by Jun. Will want to try and team up with Isma as he steps forward. Still doesn't have that flash, so he's a little bit susceptible if he goes into the enemy jungle by himself. Spotted out again, but it's the vision play you were talking about, Hans, trying to clear as much through this bot side as possible.
Yeah, I think though, like, at least with Jun on his Bard, I've seen him make some absolute magic happen. And I think that's where I'm hoping that they can start making some plays, because this, for me, was the battle of the Bards between the two supports. And Jun got his hands on it in this series, but they've both been absolutely exceptional on the pick. And if Jun can try and make some plays, he's about to tick over to level 6. Maybe there's some windows where you can make picks on Caliste with Isma there in the Cataclysm, and it should be all good.
All right, well, Hans, we're about to say goodbye to you. We'll let you go off. Is there anything you think about... it's a very poorly worded question. I'm going to start that one again. How do you feel this game's going to go from here? What are you expecting?
I'm from here. I would expect KC to play like super well controlled around the vision, using the poke that they have, and making sure to disengage when GX is looking for the proactive play, because the GX has no choice but to go for the proactive play, especially on the second dragon, on the third dragon. But if KC plays well around that, gets proper vision, I think they should be able to just win the game cleanly, because right now it's looking very, very good for KC.
That's how they were able to win in the regular season as well. Thank you very much. Anything you want to say to your fans? We saw someone saying W Hans casting. Anything you want to say to the G2 fans out there before we let you go?
Thanks for the support for G2, and looking to make you guys proud for the everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us, Hans. Well, we'll hold down your mute button, and we will replace Hans with someone almost as beautiful, definitely as witty, and half as blonde-haired.
Yeah, I'm not quite as stylish as Hans Summit is,
True.
but I loved his insight, and I loved how he, as politely as possible, said, "GG, go next."
Yeah, it's like, this is game winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously when we get on stage, a lot can happen, but right now, if things go kind of as we expect, KC very much are the favorites in this matchup, and honestly, I was expecting there to be more of a kerfuffle around that bot crab spawn, but it ended up just being a concede just due to a really nice gank from Yike. So nothing but a strong performance from KC so far in this early game.
Yeah, and the shockwave from Jackie's in River ended up burning Yike's flash as well, but because the shockwave was burned, they actually couldn't really follow up on it at the Void Grubs. So KC able to push GIANTX off the Void Grubs, they get 2 as well. So objectives kind of going the way of KC thus far off of the winning plays they're making.
This is very KC as well. Low combined minutes, kills per minute in their game. Near the bottom of it, 0.7. They love these slow measured games. As Tempered Fate comes out, Busio immediately goes in with the charm, and because of that, Isma can't go in for any further engage. True Shot Barrage connects! And Jun slams the meat into the face of Caliste. GIANTX found the play, even though it looked like it wouldn't materialize.
Caliste thought he'd have enough with the Ghost to be able to escape, but it just wasn't. Had the flash available, ends up getting clipped by the ultimate and falls in that bottom side.
It does seem like he was trying to predict the trajectory of the Ezreal ultimate, and he thought that, as you rightly said, with the Ghost, he'd be able to just walk scot-free. Doesn't commit that flash, still holds onto it, and that ends up punishing him. So good play from GX. They need to be finding these type of plays, these outplay opportunities to get some gold back on the map, and a little bit more control after what has been a strong KC early game.
I think the risk for Caliste there as well is if he does flash, Busio has used all of his tools to keep Isma away, and Isma can just walk towards the tower, flag and drag Cataclysm. And it's like, well, are you still dead anyway?
Well, he actually already used the Damascene Standard because he got the assist.
Oh, yes. Okay. Good job, Isma. Well done.
So all Isma in that bottom side of the map.
The typical
Jarvan
Jarvan. He gave the attack speed to the Bard to get the auto attack out in time. Lot walks away from the equalizer. Isma's looking for this. Call of the Forge God coming out as Canna flashes. And the Forge God will ram its way through the lane. Canna's flash down, though, does mean he's a little bit more susceptible to a gank. Still 1,000 gold lead on this Rumble.
I really thought that he would actually try that. Like, he has Ignite up. I thought that he would make the choice that, you know what, I'm going to dive underneath the tower, but he chooses to take the safe approach. He doesn't want to run the risk of giving any gold over. Right now, as far as I can tell, he's not sitting on a shutdown, but still, he's going to play it more defensively. Doesn't have flash. We'll see if Isma can make a repeat gank happen. Yike, though, sets its sight on the second dragon of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Yahoo's been doing a great job of controlling mid. Better wave up when it comes towards the CS and been able to give windows for Yike then to play through this bottom side of the map. So honestly, KC, apart from obviously Caliste getting caught, have been doing very well in across the map. Like, everything is kind of going their way, and we have GIANTX looked for the cross map and trying to make something happen topside, but just wasn't able to materialize.
KC been so good about playing around these objectives during LEC Versus. First tower in 73% of their games. First Drake, they're leading the league almost in all of their games. And their Drake percentage very high as well.
It's only short to Na'Vi.
Only short to Na'Vi, as you say. Already have 2 Drakes at 12 minutes. With an ocean and a mountain, and it's a Cloud Soul for them. Rakan will be licking his lips. It's like, as a Rakan, you will love a good Cloud Soul whenever you can get it, and kind of hate it when the enemy team gets it. That extra movement speed can be a little bit tricky to play around. KC so far showing us why they are the first seed coming out of the regular season, as they are in a very strong position early in this game. 2K ahead, first items being completed. It's a Zeke's for Busio, most commonly seen on Rakana's first item these days for the ultimate ability haste. Mikhail's for Jun to try and get away from some of that CC. Really, the Chain of Corruption and the quickness, the two that he's targeting. Obviously, that can be used on Yahoo's taunt as well. But usually, if Yahoo's taunting you, you are about to be clipped by a lot of crowd control.
I also thought for a second, I'm glad I double checked, but for some reason in my head, Mikhail's also gave you a boost of movement speed. But it's the Bard W that actually does that, right? Yeah.
It does give you a bit of health back, can be used to top people up. Yeah.
But it was mainly just that. Also, I'm thinking of the Galio taunt, because getting that extra movement speed to outrun the taunt can always be valuable. But it can also just cleanse the taunt, which is also just as valuable. So a lot of uses.
I think arguably more valuable.
Yeah, guaranteed rather,
Yep, absolutely. So ultimately, though, right now, we're mainly just waiting. Both teams aren't eager to force anything. They're happy to just farm up, get what items they can, because with the Herald spawning in about a minute 10, neither team is eager to force anything ahead of that.
Yeah, I think for GIANTX, though, you have to put resources into protecting Jackie. You've got Busio and Yike with push on mid who can easily start to move down towards his bottom side. And that's why you can see Jun basically sitting as a third ward in this bottom side river just to make sure that there is no plays that can set up for kyeahoo. Or you can use that Mikhail's if you really needs to, but
Good look for Caliste here. Yeah. Caliste ordering that. Doesn't know Jun's... Oh! He's just too tanky, guys. I don't know what Jun was meant to do in that situation.
Two best bards in the league in this game.
I mean, yeah, he just kind of missed everything, didn't he? He was standing in a warded bush, but the control ward was denying KC vision, which is why he could stand there for as long as he did. Didn't land the slow, could have started with the auto. Decided against it. Another Cosmic Binder going wide as Yike and Busio clear out the vision. Cataclysm coming in. They're looking for the Shockwave. Jackie's is on his way across. Canna Corruption going wide. kyeahoo coming in with a hero's entrance. There's the Shockwave only going to connect onto one. Isma goes in for another flag and Dragon... I don't understand why you're starting that fight.
Isma tried to flag and drag out of the Cataclysm, but got interrupted by Busio. So then couldn't get out. So I think the idea was lock them down, hope we can make a follow-up play afterwards. But Busio, with the grand entrance, just denies him the exit.
Yeah, Busio was super impressive in that play because the timing has to be quite specific so that the Jarvan doesn't get the knock-up on you. And keep your eyes on Busio here because the ulti will come through from Isma. I agree that the positions weren't really in place, but that interrupt right there to stop Isma from getting out. He's forced to flash. His E isn't off cooldown, so his only choice really is to go for another knockup, but there's not much else that they can get. Good collapse from KC, but an overforce from Isma, which results in a Herald secured and another advantage for KC.
Another objective for KC. 2,500 gold their lead now. And with next Drake up in a minute's time, expect to see them making a beeline for the bot side of the map. So we see those role quests all completed on either side. For GIANTX, you know, you still got a few tools in your toolkit, but it's going to be tricky in these next moments. Perhaps with Lot there, you'll have enough in terms of engage, but he's 1,300 gold behind right now. He is struggling in this, what has basically been a pure 1v1 for the majority of the game.
Yeah, for GIANTX, you have to look for cross maps, but KC have been kind of battling the cross map first or denying access to the cross map and then going for the play. Like when Dragon spawned, GIANTX tried to make a play top, Canna nearly killed Lost, that play fizzles. Now we get the play of, oh, you want to try and maybe do something around bottom side, but KC attack there first, then go for the Rift Herald. And I think that's why they've just been so successful in securing these objectives is they're kind of good at reading what their opponent wants to do and just nullifying that opportunity.
It's GX, though, that have control around the Dragon for now. They're denying KC of as much vision as possible. Good little bit of poke will come through. The Celestial opposition going to help to mitigate that. But with the priority that they have in mid, they should be able to just walk their way back into the river, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Yike right behind Busio. That jungle support synergy working in tow.
TP from Lot.
Very early TP.
Well, Canna had first move from topside, reset, and just walked through mid, so Lot realized it didn't need to be here pretty soon.
The downside, though, is that shield, it lasts a long time. It's like 30 seconds or something, right? But now it's just going to fizzle, I feel, because you're not going to be able to take advantage of that unless they force a fight in the near future. And it seems that...
Okay, Isma was recalling down towards the bottom side. Sorry, I thought he was going to finish his recall. Decides against it. He's looking to see if perhaps they can catch out kyeahoo, who did just go in with the Justice Punch. The Drake begun. kyeahoo flashes away. There's the taunt. Jackie stands at the edge of it. Call of the Forge got being used as well as they try and catch out Yike. Shockwave onto kyeahoo. They'll get the shutdown, but the rest of KC are beginning to collapse. Jackie's flashes away, and Isma is just left for the Wolves. Tempered Fate will stop him in the middle of the flag and dragon. Yike with a Crescent Guard will dive in to get another kill. The jungler down for GIANTX. Jun flashing away. Equalizer down as well as Jackie's tries to walk out. Low mana on him. Canna with the Flame Spitter will begin to burn Lot alive. And Busio can just dash in whenever he wants. Jun down. Alongside him, Lot will go to an early grave. Noah and Jackie's the last two standing here for GIANTX. Noah does still have the flash, has the cleanse. Canna lands the harpoon, and the chase continues. Good command attack onto Canna, takes him low. He flashes, and Busio dances in. Blocks the Mystic shot that I don't think was gonna connect, but falls for it anyway.
The fight looked close until it didn't. The arrival of the mech monster from the top lane did so much damage in the second half of that fight, forcing GIANTX to have to run away, but it all starts with an engage onto kyeahoo.
Yeah, this was a little bit of bedlam, because kyeahoo didn't need to take this, but thought he could maybe get a trade onto Jackie's, which then opens up for KC to collapse. A route onto Lot interrupts the second half of the Ornn ultimate from Caliste, so that kind of nullifies that play. And then here, that's heartbreaking. Isma was about to get away, but now we're back to live.
And back for round 2, it seems, as Yike jumps onto Jun. Tries to take the magical journey out, does get knocked up by the Q3. Yike's going to follow him across the wall, and the Crescent Guard's back up, but now GX are able to collapse upon him. Jungler down for KC might mean they need to back away from the Drake. It's soul point for them if they can take it. Busio has the quickness back up, Chain of Corruption as well, available for Caliste. Lot's going to get knocked up by kyeahoo. Cataclysm in by Isma. Chain of Corruption has to be flashed away from. The Drake still stands, as KC and GIANTX are just landing punch after punch.
It's getting scrappy here on Summoner's Rift. Rumble has just pushed in that bottom side, so Canna maybe looking to group up now at KC. And GIANTX feeling a little less confident as Canna makes his way over.
It's getting scrappy. I mean, Yike, we got to go back to that play, because that was way too ambitious.
He killed Jun, but it's worth.
I mean,
Jungler for support with Dragon up?
Yeah, I don't think that was worth. Yike definitely had blood in his eyes. I mean, he's extremely strong on this Xin Zhao. You can see how much damage he is dishing out. But then GX, I think their priorities got shifted because they wanted to fight for more. They thought that they could actually go for a bigger fight rather than set up around the dragon. And maybe they were worried about the poke. But we look at Yike here and look at how quickly he just melts Jun, decides to go for the engage, knows that Jarvan can't really do anything, interrupts him going through the portal initially, and then goes way too deep. All of GX turn their attention onto him. And the dragon is at 50% HP. So I feel like the GX should have just turned their attention to the objective, taken the objective, reset, but instead they wanted the fight, and now they end up losing the dragon anyway.
Yeah, just before the replay, Jackie's TP'd to the top lane, which meant the GIANTX were just giving up on the Drake anyway. With Yike back out, will be soul point for KC, 4.5 minutes before they can claim that one. Still big leads for Yike and for Caliste, 1.6k each. Canna's lead has shrunk a little bit after Lot was able to pick up a kill in the last sequence. He has the Rakan upgraded with that masterwork. Lot will start giving out more upgrades throughout the course of the fight, assuming he can get towards those higher levels. And that does, it's effective gold for GIANTX if they can get that Ornn passive, get him scaled up. As Jun and Isma look for a little bit of a blue invade. Yike's going to keep the blue aggro for as long as possible. Isma then starts it up himself. Canna down towards the bottom side, doesn't have TP, but the blue's still secured for Case.
Yeah, I think GIANTX basically trying to pull into this top side because Canna doesn't have TP, but you didn't keep the wave pushed in on top side. So it's a blue steal, but you're about to lose a wave on bottom side. You aren't attacking the turret on the top end. Like, I think GIANTX could have used that time way more valuably to try and take that top lane turret, or maybe make a dive on towards kyeahoo with the man advantage. But now they just have to reset, and they kind of just net loss, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Canna just got about 400 extra gold.
Yeah.
Like, he's very happy. It's like, oh, my gold lead began to disappear, and now it's back. Has that Seekers. Isn't actually going to go straight for the Zhonya's as a Fiendish Codex and an Amplifying Tome instead. Meanwhile, on the top side, kyeahoo continues to push in. A lot of pings coming out from GIANTX in the vicinity of him.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I think I think Jackie's, yeah. Does he get us? Oh, I was about to say he might just get the tower off the back of it as well, which would have made it even worse for GIANTX. But the tower barely stands. kyeahoo hiding in the brush, but doesn't have any support here.
I have a great appreciation for Galios that do incredibly well in terms of their farm. I'm mainly just used to it from Korean Galios doing that, and then I remembered, yep, kyeahoo is a Korean Galio, in fact, doing that. As Lot's now in a lot of danger.
Yeah, quickness coming out, the Flame Splitter as well. Lot did a really good job of dodging the initial CC. He's going to try and get down to this blast cone, but he can't get there in time. Canna takes the kill. kyeahoo forced away towards this top side, but in the end, he didn't have to burn anything. He just walks away. Yeah, you're going to lose a tower, but Canna very happy to pick up more gold.
I ultimately think this is a relatively even cross map though, because Jackie's is going to get a huge influx of gold thanks to securing this tower, assuming he can secure it. Jarvan decided not to stick around. The minion wave is going to thin out. kyeahoo's going to return to this top lane. And so ultimately that should be a net win for KC with the goal that they've gained. They've got good vision coverage around the bot side as well. They hold on to this mid pressure that they've had pretty much for the entirety of the game. And while the Dragon is still 2 minutes away, it's limiting the options that Isma does have. He's always got to be cautious about moving into that bot side jungle.
Yeah, I think that's where, if you can force pick for KC, things get significantly easier. And Rumble, again, has just been free farming this entire time. A 2k gold lead for himself and Yike as they continue to push in on this bottom side. And now it just becomes a case of, like, how much can you slap them with the wallets? Because your top lane is incredibly strong in this Rumble. Yike now, they're working up towards a GA, which I don't think he'll quite have completed just before this Dragon. But still, KC are in a very good spot when it comes to items for this fight in a minute and a half.
Yeah, Caliste at 3 items. Like, Yumu's Edge of Night and Manamune complete for him. He's going to poke an absolute ton. If he can clip onto Jackie's or Noah, those will be his key targets. Even Isma as well. Not too tanky with the Sundered Sky and the Black Cleaver.
You think he gets it?
Canna just sneaks the tower under Lot's nose. Does manage to secure it. Drake up in a minute. You see a little bit of vision down there from GIANTX. A couple of pings coming out towards the Baron as well as Busio was clearing out a ward. Has the Unsealed Spellbook, Exhaust, and Flash on it right now. And for GIANTX, it's like, how do you actually navigate a fight to win against KC when they are this far ahead? Because it's a 5k lead.
KC get hit by... Shockwave hits 5 people.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Ezreal hits 5 people.
It's the
and then
3
Jarvan
It's the
and then
3
Jarvan hits 5 people.
What about you?
And then Ornn could hit 2 people, that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as
those are the only 2 left alive.
On the way back, it then hits 5
gotcha.
people.
Okay, yeah. And what if Jun hits 5 people before that?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That could ruin everything. We could calm down, Jun. Okay, let's maybe at the start, that would be good if it hit all 5 people. Because then you could time the shockwave and then everything would come together, right?
So what you're saying is KC just shouldn't stand in a circle that small.
I think so.
And they'll be
yes.
fine. Okay, that makes
Probably.
sense. That makes sense. They're
I mean,
doing exactly that.
The thing that Hans Sommer said earlier is like range is the biggest problem, right? And that's what Ornn's supposed to be helping with. But interestingly, KC's just saying, I want to take a tower.
Yeah, who's going to TP towards the mid lane? Meanwhile, Laure is burned alive by KC. Caliste takes the kill. And that's your tank, by the way.
So of all the ways this fight could have gone, that is not how I expected
Yeah,
things
the
to
Call of
play
the Force
out.
God didn't hit 5 people. That was the issue.
He didn't use it.
Yeah,
But
It's, you know.
no, it could do.
Do you know,
Could do.
the way I interpret what just happened was GX realized Yahoo was hitting the bot tower. So they say, we need to go and deal with this. Half the team starts walking towards it. Laure is still in the mindset, hang on, they're 4 versus 5. We can actually fight here. And so you've got 2 different things trying to happen at once. Nothing ends up happening. And KC just say, oh, we'll kill your tank then.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that was just a bit of a coordination issue that KC was quick to punish. Now with the Cloud Soul, we know that Busio is very happy. He's now a speed demon. And it's KC with full control around the Baron. So overall, an incredibly clean game 1 from them in this series so far.
Yeah, kind of to be expected. They had a really good regular season. We have had only 2-0s so far in LEC Versus playoffs.
That's true.
KC looking to make it, I mean, both teams are looking to make it 4 out of 4.
Oh,
but
Jackie's.
Jackie's going to try and TP away. Harpoons are going to hit, and he does manage to get to his Nexus towers, about as close to the fountain as you can.
Credit to Busio. That man he's just, look at where he is right now, okay? He's always either here or doing it in the top side jungle. It feels like that he's always ready to flank. And look, he is eyeing up Noah right now. He is threatening him, saying, you've got to be ready, buddy, because he's going to get spotted out by this ward. Observer's showing this. He's sitting in the pocket of vision.
He's jumped across into the Razor Beaks. Oh, that would have been so nice if he'd done that.
Could have been cool.
Yeah.
Would have been really cool.
But
didn't know where anyone was.
This
we knew where everyone was.
This man's forward percentage is really nice to see, because it's just that extra bit of pressure that you're always having to deal with. And he starts 2 wards up. That's crazy. You'd think that being this deep, you'd just be dropping wards non-stop, and I mean, he is. Yeah. But he's still got plentiful supply.
His 4 ward percentage is really high, didn't you?
Yes. That's a good one. That is a good one. Tower secured in the bottom lane. Another huge gold injection for KC, and they're in a very powerful position. GX are basically hoping for that overstep, that one good team fight to give them a chance back in this game.
Now we're going for Endless Hunger 3rd on this Ezreal, looking for that bit of Omnivamp, if he can find it in the ability haste that comes with it. It does do really well on the Ezreal, but needs a bit of sustain where he can get it. Busio here once again playing around vision control. Only triple oracles on the side of GIANTX. They do need those couple of far sights to spot out barons and such because they're behind, but you would want a few more sweepers. Cataclysm going down onto kyeahoo, who just flashes away from Isma.
Yeah, kyeahoo overextended a little bit. Bit desynced with KC. They were looking for resets, but no one could actually reset because kyeahoo got caught, and they thought, if they've invested that much on the bottom side, you kind of need to force the Baron instead. So it means that kyeahoo burns his flash, and now KC can actually get the resets in. So kind of wonky on the timing there.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Because as you're rightly saying, if a Jarvan is on the bot lane, you would immediately start Baron. But if your whole team's plan is, bro, I want to go to base. Like, maybe we don't start Baron right now. It ultimately just means that a flash lost for kyeahoo. He's now grouping up with the team. Again, I'm keeping my eyes on the map. I'm looking at Busio. This man, he's a sneaky trickster, how he's navigating through the fog of war. Yeah, he's doing it again. He's like, yeah, your jungle,
How was
my
there
jungle.
never a ward there?
Because he's sweeping them, man. He's taking them all.
Oh, Noah. Okay, Arcane shift in the right direction.
Is it enough?
Yike still chasing him. Busio's there for the chase as well. Noah, Arcane shifts away. Overall, just very difficult for GIANTX to step out on the map right now. You are looking for KC to make a mistake, to tread where they don't belong, but they have so many tools to get out. Like Busio, the reason you can do this is you have a ton, right? You can jump, you can dash, you can get a mile away in a heartbeat. Chain of Corruption from Caliste doesn't connect onto Isma. It's just
just a warning shot.
Yeah, you know, just across the bosun's ear there.
KC making it very difficult for GX to clear out this vision. They can't get anything in the river. Baron now going to be started by Yike. Observers once again highlighting for us how little GX can see, whereas KC see absolutely everything. They have full information as to where their opposition is. Noah kind of in no man's land right now. Has to be cautious of how he approach. The Baron down to about 60% HP now.
You have to be careful where you position GIANTX though, because KC can pull off and immediately go and attack that mid wave, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Now you're just not able to actually get towards your tier 2, and KC will just get access to the tower.
Yeah. Smart little bait play there by KC. I'll get access to this mid lane tower. They'll be able to take it down. Caliste just needs a couple of autos to do so, and then you can reset again, get your vision back, and basically rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I really want to emphasize how good that play was, simply because what they did was they suffocate all your vision in this area, right? They remove all of this info.
You're drawing really well there, Eddie. Yep.
They remove all the information there. They force GX to have to enter through this top side, and the moment that they do that, you peel off and you push mid. And the concept seems really simple, but the steps in order to set that up perfectly is not that easy to do, and KC just make it look simple. They get another tower completely uncontested.
And also Busio just hit on mid, which meant that it was basically impossible for GIANTX to really know where he was, so they had to group up, or else it'd be very easy for them to get them picked. And I think it gives more credit to kind of what Vedius was saying earlier on about how Busio, like where he thinks about his position on the map, is what makes him so successful. Like even here, just finding these small windows in the Rakan where he can
sneaky man.
Oh, Yike's going to jump into Jackies, who has to flash away. The piercing out. Busio flashing forward with the quickness as well. There's a hero's entrance following up, but Jackies gets face planted by kyeahoo. Noah trying to jump away. Caliste is on the chase. Noah will fall. Lot and Isma, the only two left standing here for GIANTX. Isma dives in. Caliste claims the triple. KC just wipe away GIANTX.
blink and they're gone. KC immediately jump onto GIANTX, and now with the wave on bot lane, the base will be cracked open. And what else do you need at this stage for KC? Elder Dragon's there, but I don't know if they even want to go for it.
Just an exceptional execution game from KC. Their macro was at an extremely high level this game. From start to finish, they pick apart GX, and they're going to look to close things out right now.
Yeah, still 15 seconds on the carries here. Lot getting rooted up underneath his Nexus Towers. Busio looking for the knockup as well. Lot goes down. Jun stands for a second, but the magical journey just sends him to an early grave. KC clean it up again. Jackies will spawn in time to die with the equalizer down, the chain of corruption as well. A piercing arrow through its heart as KC claim game one.
I don't think GX got a single team fight.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I think it was just pick after pick after pick. KC punishing the positioning of GX.